That's okay.
When I'm cruising through, I'll see some things with Florida. Trust me, they'll run it. They run it regularly.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on for a while. You won't.
You're going to go in there, and everyone's
I want to welcome everybody here to Government Center for our unveiling of the Staircase Gallery, and we do have the Honor Guard with us here this evening, and I would ask them to post the colors.
Durfee High School, ROTC, display, go! Hard right turn, march. Cars, hold, back step, march. Cars, hold, post. The colors. Post. Carry. Colors. Ready, cut, right, face, hard, mark, left.
At this time, I would ask that everybody join me
Hard,
in a salute to the flag.
hand,
I
face.
pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank Lieutenant Mario DoRego and the BMC Durfee High School ROTC for being here with us this evening and for posting the colors for our kickoff of the display of the gallery and the staircase here at Government Center. And there are so many people who helped make this possible, and want to take a moment to recognize them. From BMC Durfee High School, the art instructor, Robert Galaney. From the city of Fall River, Al Olivera, Brian Marcelino, Hank Medeiros, and Brenda Mello from the print shop. I also want to thank our Veterans Agent Ray Haig for being here with us, and we have a number of officials here with us this evening. I want to take a moment to recognize them: City Councilor David Dennis, and also State Representative Paul Schmid, Sylvia, and James Rebello, and Ken Perry, and Dan Griffin, to display their artwork and their artistic talent here at Government Center. And the Staircase Gallery is something that I've worked on very closely with Sandy Dennis and Julie Kelly as a way to help promote exercise here in the city of Fall River, and also to raise awareness on our art scene in the city. And at one time, if you took the stairs here at Government Center, you would be looking at blank walls. And that's not the case anymore. Mass in Motion and Arts United have done an outstanding job in bringing art to Government Center. And throughout the years and the months, we had various artwork displayed on the various floors throughout the staircase. And it has been known as the Staircase Gallery, but this gallery is a little more special. And the reason why it is because it's the artwork that is being displayed is artwork that belongs to our veterans. And our veterans who are gathered with us here today and their family members are individuals who wore the uniform and went to fight to protect freedom and democracy and took an oath to our country. And for that, I want to say thank you. And on Sunday, it's Veterans Day here, not just throughout Fall River, but throughout the entire nation. And it's a time where we stop and thank our vets. And, I said it earlier, and I'll say it again, that Veterans Day should not just be one day a year. Although it is marked that way on the calendar, it should be something we continuously do throughout the 365 days in the calendar year to thank our vets for their service to our country and the sacrifices that they and their families made on behalf of our great nation. And we have some tremendous artists, and I had an opportunity earlier to use just staircases today and to see the artwork that's being hung in them. And I know many of the artists on a personal level, and I become friends with many of them. And, you know, you may have not known before that there is some great artistic talent that is within inside of our veterans. And you'll have an opportunity to see that this evening by looking at their artwork and having an opportunity to talk to them, to find out what their inspiration was or what their passion was in doing the particular art that is hanging here in tonight's gallery. So, you know, through the work of Arts United and Mass in Motion and the great efforts from our veterans here this evening, we'll have on display their artwork. And I encourage the citizens who visit Government Center to use the staircase, for one, to have an opportunity to view the outstanding artwork that we have hanging in there. But number two, as a way of exercise. You know, the elevators don't run that fast here, and more often than not, I find myself using the staircase at 6 floors, so sometimes I get a little winded when I get to the top of them, but it's a great way of exercise, and because of that, I don't need a gym membership either. It's a great way to exercise, and now I get to see the great artwork of our veterans, and I want to say thank you to all of the vets that have their artwork on display here. And you know, you know, the city of Fall River, through the inception of our country, has always had a sacrifice at the time of war. And I know under our administration, we've seen that sacrifice firsthand. And whenever we have an opportunity as a community to recognize our veterans, I want to make sure that we do it. And I know this being leading up to Veterans Day, and we'll have the parade on Sunday, we'll have the jobs fair here on the 14th, I believe. And I said it before and I'll say it again, our veterans go overseas and fight for their country, and they shouldn't have to fight when they get back home for a job either. So it's important that we do all that we can to get our veterans back to work, and I've been working very closely with Ray Haig and people like David Dennis to make sure that this jobs fair is a success, and Representative Paul Schmid. And you know, we'll continue to do what we can to ensure that our veterans get the benefits they so rightfully deserve, whether it's access to health care or affordable housing or education, or making sure that they have access to employment. So for all of you who have been here and made this a success, I want to say thank you. And I know the citizens of our community will enjoy your artwork. I know I do. And I want to say thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service to our country. And thank you for allowing your art to be displayed here at Government Center. And it will not go unnoticed. And I hope people use the staircases on a daily basis so they can also enjoy it too. And one of the partners we've had, and somebody who I work very closely with since becoming mayor, is somebody who is a advocate, not just for the arts, but an advocate to make our city a healthier community. And through the number of programs she has spearheaded and worked on, Fall River is becoming a healthier community. I want to bring her up to the podium to say a few words, and that's Julie Ann Kelly. Julie.
Thank you. It's great to be here tonight and to see such a nice representation of friends and family and citizens of the veterans of Fall River, who are showing another side of them, a side that is so creative and so peace-giving to all of us. I was walking up and down the stairs myself, and I was interested in some of the photographs that one of our artists has, aerial photographs, and I noticed the different forts, you know, that brings us through all the wars. Myself, I live in Fairhaven, and there's Fort Phoenix from the American Revolution. There's some the fort down in Newport, Rhode Island. Fort Adams, thank you. I grew up there, I should remember that. And the new bridge, the Veterans Memorial Bridge, which is just a beautiful symbol and beautiful statement of remembrance for those who have given their lives or given their time away from their families. Another part of Mass in Motion is working with the mayor and city departments on making Fall River a bicycle safe city. And that bridge with its beautiful bicycle lane and the private Butad bicycle route, which takes you from the bridge and over to the Bicentennial Park with the statue, the replica of the statue of Iwo Jima. It's just that you can't go too far in Fall River without being reminded of the sacrifice and dedication of the men and women in this community to this country. And, it was about 6 months ago that Sandy Dennis, who's the president of Arts United Fall River, said to me, we usually do an exhibit every 6 months, and she said, I know what the next exhibit is going to be. It's going to honor veterans. And I was thrilled with that idea, and I thank Sandy, who really makes it all happen. And what a gift that is. So I want to also say that we hope that this can be a rotating art exhibit, so that if you know other veterans who, through the arts, have demonstrated what their thoughts and what their feelings are and their sense of their community, then please tell them to give us a call. So I thank all the artists who have taken part in this exhibit, and I invite Sandy Dennis to say a few words.
First of all, I want to say every exhibit is very different, and it has really been a pleasure for me to work with our local veterans. I got to see a side of everyone, different than the military side. Every picture has a different story to tell, and I stress every one of you to meet the artists, ask what their works mean. They all mean something different. Talk to them. Gino actually has an exhibit here if anyone is interested in purchasing his pieces. You can do that as well tonight. But do take the time to talk with each and one of the veterans here. We also have a local poet with us tonight because Arts United feels that poetry is also art. His sister Margie will be reading the poem on Danny's behalf after we speak tonight. I also want to say that the exhibit is displayed in the 2 stairwells, so you can do one of 2 things. You can walk up and walk down, or you can take the elevator up and walk down one, because it's actually 5 flights. Local officials, Representative Schmid and City Councilor Dave Dennis, not only are they veterans, but they're huge supporters of arts and culture in our area. And with them behind us with the Arts Initiative, we're just kicking off a new one with Mass Creative. We had our meeting in New Bedford a couple of weeks ago. We're hoping to really drive and promote arts and culture in this region. So I would like for, I know City Councilor Dave Dennis has somewhere to go, so if everyone could keep it short, and then I'd like our Veterans Agent, Mr. Hake, to say a few words, and then we can have Margie read the poem. Thank you.
All of the artwork that we have here is special, and those folks that do that, I know I can't do anything. I can't even draw a perfect circle, so anything that I see impresses me. But I think in a very special way, the veterans exhibit this time around I think is extra special. I had the privilege back in the mid-'80s, rather mid-'70s, as an Air Force medic to treat many of the vets that came back from Vietnam. And I heard many stories. And I think a lot of those stories are reflected in their artwork. So I think that's what makes this really unique. And in particular, because it is so close to Veterans Day, and it gives us an opportunity to say thank you for their service to the country. And as I look across that board, Operate Enduring Freedom, there are many faces up there, names, and many more from not only Fall River, throughout this area, that gives us an opportunity to remember them and their sacrifice, the ongoing sacrifice of all the men and women in all the services throughout the country that make these kind of events possible for all of us. So thank them. Thank you, Sandy. Julie, Mayor, thank you. Representative Schmid, and
Ray.
Ray Haig. Senior moment. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. That's part of my success. When they can forget you, then you know you made it. I say that. I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who participated in this on behalf of the veterans, because when a veteran stands before you and you honor them, you honor all veterans. And with that said, I'm going to keep it short because it's their night, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you. I would like to echo the thanks that the mayor expressed to Julie Kelly, Mass in Motion, Sandy Dennis, Fall River Arts United, to the veterans who are taking part of this exhibit and who have given of themselves to all of us, and also to the Honor Guard detail from BMC Durfee. And as I was talking with them, I understand that they are redoing their facility and that there will shortly be an opening. And I know that the mayor will be there, and I think many members of the community would like to be there, so I hope you'll let us know.
Yes, sir.
Finally, I would like to compliment the mayor for your focus on quality of life. The staircase galleries that we have were begun under your watch, but they're really just a little piece of your focus on arts, culture, neighborhoods, parks, and recreation that's so important. And I really think that quality of life is something that we deserve in Fall River. We deserve the same quality of life that folks have in Brookline and Cambridge. Also, I think quality of life will be important to attracting young folks back into this city to start a family, to find work and grow. There are so many things, good things going on right now in the city. The taking down of the spaghetti ramps, the reconnection of the city with the harbor, the development of the harbor. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Fall River's best days are ahead of us. Thank you very much.
I just want to make note on a couple of more things. There's going to be a documentary film in the back of the screen. I do want Gino to explain what that film is going to be, if you would.
My name is Gino Sylvia, owner of New England Wings. Also proud member of the United States Marine Corps, served in Vietnam in 1968. What I have tonight, I brought along a DVD, and it's called Before They're Gone. There was many of these DVDs made, and for each and every war. I found it necessary when I saw this one of the Vietnam War to share it with everyone, to give you a little sense of some of the freedoms that we didn't have and how much we appreciate them today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
The title of his poem is One Vet's Art for the Heart. The climb will do wonders for your heart, the viewing appreciation for the art, the experience we're not likely to forget, enlightening for the civilian and the vet. The staircase bodes of healthy days for you, a climb uplifting with a perfect view, art at every level for your eye, better breathing when you reach the sky. Staircase galleries make for a healthy day, eye candy and bound to get better yet. Artistic beauty takes your breath away, art for the heart and eyes of a vet.
Bravo! Bravo!
I want to thank everyone for attending, and Julie, if you want to say a few last
I just want to add that you will also see Art in the Staircase, which is the work of Durfee students. And that's one of the primary connections with this art galleries, is to allow there to be a space for students in the city to to show their art. So that's not in the booklet, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them about the large canvases that are hanging.
Once again, I just want to thank Julianne Kelly from Mass in Motion and Sandra Dennis from Quality of Life Issues, so much better here. And to our veterans, once again, thank you for allowing your artistic display to be on view here at Government Center. I encourage the viewing audience at home to also come to Government Center, use the staircase. You're going to increase your heart rate, burn some calories, but also have an opportunity to view the great artwork done by our veterans. And when you see them in the community, please thank them, not only for allowing their art to be on display, but for their service to our country. Enjoy the art, enjoy the documentary. God bless all of you. Thank you.
I got a feeling because this one will be in the other one. On the Fall River, when it starts to snow, you have all these little old ladies, the Portuguese widows that go showing up for the stores. They swamp it. I call them fall reapers. And here they are here. Starting to snow, they're attacking for the supermarkets. If you look carefully, you'll see the bread, milk, and eggs that they're carrying, and their little scythes they're using as canes. It's a little Fall River thing. I try to capture different, a lot of people have different types of spirituality or outlets and whatnot, and one of the, lack of a better term, subcultures that is like Wiccan. I try to capture like, not the classic witches with the hats and stuff, but some a little more normal in proportion. Not nobody that's really dolled up or dressed up, and just the general feel of somebody seeking an alternative route of either expressing themselves or taking things in. The final one of the pieces that I have in, Ritual, still on the lines of the same theme as below, but just trying to start just the overall, how do I put it? I tried a softer approach of rendering something that's a little more vibrant in someone's life than myself. Because as an artist, you don't want to be just your perspective, but you want to attempt to show what others see in other things. It's all a matter of perspective, like looking at an egg. Most people look at an egg, they think of breakfast, they think of chickens, they think of Denny's. I look at an egg, I see an encapsulated universe, perfect balance, perfect harmony, something that is representative of motherhood and renewed processes in life in general. That's what I see when I look at an egg. Artists see things different things they'll tune into, chime in on. It all depends on what they're open to see. And I'm trying to share that with others.